Hey everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes of your time here with me today on my media channel as we do another episode of Beyond the Jewel Case. This is a series where we talk about unique album releases and alternate covers to popular albums. So here's the thing. Sabrina Carpenter, I'm going to be honest, I've been a fan of Sabrina Carpenter since Girl Meets World. I kind of hate how much makeup she wears now. I think she actually looks better without most of that. But I've enjoyed her music. I think her music's gotten a lot better. Certainly less age appropriate, despite her very young fan base, it seems. But she really caused a stir with her latest album, Man's Best Friend, which, musically, this is a really good album. But if you're looking at this cover that I have put up here, you might see why some people took a little bit of issue with it. There's a lot being suggested on this cover. Truthfully, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Madonna Like a Prayer album cover, which definitely had some innuendos of its own on there. And there was a lot of controversy whether or not this cover went too far or whatnot. What's in a cover? The music is the music. But for those of you who did not like that cover, believe it or not, there is an alternate cover to that album that is a lot less known. This is the alternate cover for Man's Best Friend. And as you can see, this one is, well, personally, I think it's more classy looking than the Man's Best Friend original cover album, but it's also less less scandalous. Obviously, no one's going to really talk about this one. And that's probably why it's the alternate cover, not the original. And by the way, this guy kind of looks like Rami Malek. It's probably not, but it kind of looks like him. And dare I say it, Sabrina Carpenter looks like she has less makeup again. I like the class. Look, I like how the album title is right there, along with her name and her little, and kind of more provocative on the back, kind of, but this might be suggesting, you know, paparazzi and things like that. So we're going to open this. We're going to see what this looks like because, first of all, a lot of people don't buy CDs in the first place. I'm one of the people who still do. But if you don't buy the CD, you're not going to see this cover and you're not going to see what's inside. So let's kind of take a look and see what is inside this alternate cover of Man's Best Friend. By the way, I do like that CDs are no longer popular enough that they no longer put those sticky things. I think I've said that before, but I really mean it. I do not miss those security stickers at all. I know why they were there. They were trying to prevent people from stealing them, but man, such a hassle. So now here's the thing. I didn't buy the original cover, so I have no idea if this picture is the same that's on the other Man's Best Friend album, but I like that it has like the cover, the picture with her and the dog, stuff like that. I don't know why she's in her underwear on the grass, but that's Sarah Carpenter for you. We have the album name right there. I don't know what. Maybe this is supposed to be resemble an envelope. I don't know. This is obviously a notepad over here. So let's take a look. And again, if this looks man, why do they have creases when I just opened it? I didn't even take it out. It already had oh well, whatever. Yeah, if you bought the original album, I'd like to know in the comments if any of these pictures are the same or different. So they're probably the same because this photo shoot is definitely not for that cover album. This is probably the alternate versions they were using for the cover that we ultimately saw. I do like the photos. I mean, the design is pretty good. It's funny how inside it's like kind of a classy design, which seems to feel more in line with this than this, but whatever. Um, and her lips just look so weird with all that makeup on. I also remember her from movies like The Hate You Give. So, a little scandalous there if you catch my drift. I'd like to see more pictures of dogs personally, but yeah, we'll see. I'm going to guess that a lot of this is in the original cover because it's in contrast with cover. I always like when they show like the little scribble notes on how they wrote the song, even though I personally can't read them most of the time. Um, I wonder if this is her actual dog, or if this is just like a puppy that they got for these photos. It's kind of what I'm wondering. All right, so that's what it looks like on the inside. Again, if you can confirm in the comments, I would love that. But I'm pretty sure that stuff was for the original artwork, and this artwork was just made. I don't know if this was a retailer exclusive. I did buy it on Amazon. Unfortunately, when it comes to physical media, I do tend to buy some things on Amazon now because there's just so many fewer places that you can buy this stuff now, especially things like CDs. And I think Amazon's the only place that sells CDs for a price that's kind of reasonable. Most places that sell CDs and vinyl charge the retail price because it's not a mainstream product anymore. It doesn't drive people to the store, so they can't sell it as a loss leader anymore. So anyway, that is the alternate cover of Sabrina Carpenter's Man's Best Friend. I prefer this one. I think this is classier than the other one. I also understand that the other cover is more provocative. It will likely be more iconic in the long run if it ends up becoming one of these classic albums. So, from an artistic standpoint, I understand why they went with the one that's in the store shelves right now. But that being said, I prefer this one. But maybe I'm wrong, or maybe you think differently. I would like to know, do you think this should have been the main cover, or do you like the cover that they ended up using? I'd love to know, so comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.
Hey, you made it to the end. Thank you so much for making it to the end. Just a few more things. First of all, the names that you see on the screen, these are our Patreon and YouTube member supporters. And I thank each and every one of them. Their support helps me make exclusive videos for Patreon and YouTube members, as well as keep the channel running. And of course, is just of huge kindness to me. Also, don't forget to check out the iCritic-led podcast on Spotify, Apple, Google, Deezer, whatever podcasting service you listen to. It is there. We definitely want to see you there. And hey, there's also other videos that you can check out. So, check out these other channels, these other videos, especially that one. I think that's a really good one.